And it doesn't matter that I caught it halfway through the season.
Theory in front of me.
We had the dad pushed it out to see that.
Yeah. Viking funeral.
Yeah.
Opinions aside, you have to concede our point.
Actually, I think I'm going to give him a point for that.
It's also the fact that I don't mind the Big Bang Theory.
And a point off.
Come on.
I lose a point for losing my microphone.
Yeah, I think we lost one for the Simpsons is confectionery.
But basically, you aren't the average audience. You know.
Are you?
No, but that's the thing.
No, I'm not even.
But
I don't
young
think any of us
people,
can
like
make that point.
average audiences, like that's the thing. As time goes on, I mean, young people are more into internet, more into on demand. They're going, as we discussed earlier, they're going to have more of this stimuli.
The
So
iTunes store.
suddenly,
Those
the
things are just booming.
iTunes store,
People
huge.
are watching on their iPhones.
But
So the ability to go back and watch and revisit things and fill in gaps, and
People are not sitting down in front of the television and to find these shows.
those
they
shows
go
will be more
searching for
viable.
them. Yeah.
in relation to our last topic, the on-demand thing, the people who don't watch on-demand, the people who do just flick it on, they benefit from having the non-long form shows because they can just whenever they've got the time, whenever they're not working, whenever they're not,
particularly
they can just
your
sit
adult
down and turn
baby
on the television.
boomers. Yeah.
You know, and it's and without if we didn't have like enough of those shows, like people just wouldn't watch TV because they couldn't. You know, you can't sit down and watch.
I disagree with that.
You know,
They'll watch
episode
whatever
2 of
they'll
Deadwood.
watch whatever they're given. To be honest.
You know, you go home from work and relax. You know, watching The Sopranos. If you've never watched it before, you can't do that.
But I think Tim raised a powerful point before, which is the fact that a lot of the most successful self-contained shows have an arc somewhere. Whether it's Ross
But
and
they're not
Rachel,
necessarily driven.
whether
by
it's...
True, but you'll also find the other thing is true.
But that's often why the people stick there, because they'll want to see
You're right.
how
There
those
is
characters
a
end up.
medium between both of our sides. Shows like Scrubs and shows like Friends that that you can just watch any episodes and they're self-contained, but they have an overarching story.
Towards some peace,
we are.
I have to acknowledge that there's this middle ground.
You really do.
But
If the United Nations were anything like us, we'd have shit done!
together.
and they would constantly discuss Firefly.
Let's march on camera right after the show.
Former United.
But you're right. There is an ongoing story throughout even sitcoms and stuff like that.
Well, some.
But you don't always have. You can usually work out those stories just in that episode. That's how they're written.
This is true, but you will also find in any of these long-form programs we're talking about, most of them will have a single episode story. They will have a unique episode story as well. And we're talking
Some
about
don't,
emphasis.
but most do.
We're talking
Sure,
about
like Lost
emphasis here.
usually doesn't.
They will have a central story, but it is far more driven by the overarch. And where the other is true, the ones that are far more driven by the single will have an arc as well. They're always a little bit of grey in both of them.
And it's a good example
Just
of a new
talking
show.
about
Like there's a new US show called Flash Forward, which is basically like Lost, where it's a big opening pilot with like explosions and crap, and it starts on this mystery. And if you miss that episode, you can't watch it until
What
they
people
repeat it.
see their own futures.
It's but that is a problem with that sort of show.
But I just think that encourages investment, and investment's good, and engagement is good, and...
People will tell you about an episode that's that big and that's epic, you know? And I got to say, you know, if you were to catch up on the second episode of Lost, it would take 5 minutes of saying, crashed on the island, hauled out, French woman on a radio. And then, you're ready to go. You go into the
And
second
you look
episode.
at Buffy. Like, Buffy was like that. But, you know, you'd always have previously, I'm Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And you'd have the...
And you'd get your little
week
catch-up.
as well, you know?
Buffy's a perfect example.
Unique middle ground.
Here's a case study for you. A show like Scrubs, it has an overarching storyline, but I think the thing that really makes that show work is that it's self-contained, because they had episodes where they had a musical episode and they got to do entirely different.
Buffy did a musical
Buffy.
But no, I mean that
as well.
each self-contained episode can have a very different tact, and I think that from a narrative point of view, on being able to experiment with different narrative types, Scrubs really benefits from being able to have such short self-contained stories.
I would say Buffy did that equally as good, if not better.
But the overarching storyline in both Buffy and Scrubs is just to keep it from going stale, so that you introduce new characters. It's not the dominating feature of those series.
This is going to piss
I think Buffy is a good high to wrap this up upon. You nearly brought it down with Scrubs, but then we managed to bring it back to Buffy.
Can I just say one thing? I really want to piss off Scrubs fans by saying I see Scrubs as the live-action version of Family Guy.
We have very separate tastes in TV shows.
Remember that time when I did that thing?
We've just lost our 3 viewers. Thank you very much, Liam. All right, I think we'll
Except
wrap it up
Scrubs
there.
is mildly funny.
Closing arguments. Gonna open with Team Bazura.
We're right and you guys suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good closing argument.
Damn it.
Long-form television. Long-form television in the end is better for the art of television, and it's better. It's a better way to go about it. It encourages investment. It is the middle ground between film and the novel, and it enriches the viewing experience.
Yeah, it makes television far more satisfying and lifts it to
Yeah.
another level.
Oh, definitely. When you get to an end of an overarching season, it's like it's amazing.
I think
Particularly when it's good. Like, yeah, if it's bad, then bad TV is just bad TV.
Well, bad TV is always good.
Okay.
the two Roger Eberts over there, I think, are on the little high horse of long-form narrative is art and short-form narrative can't be art. Sure, it can be art. It's art and it's just self-contained, like a short film is self-contained, but it's
like
still a
pop
work of
art.
art.
Feature films are
And the
always
benefits of our side is that you don't have to have pre-marketing hype. An audience can
course you
join
do.
the season any time. Not as much of a pre-marketing hype. You don't need to hook viewers from episode 1. And generally, it just benefits from short, self-contained episodes that can just be enjoyed and be delicious little snacks.
Liam?
Back to the food. I'm hungry. Yeah, I totally agree. This is a hard one to argue because
It's not a debate topic.
yeah, well, it's just easy to sit down and relax with a sitcom or a thing. That might not be your thing, but for most people it is. That's why they're so popular.
Turn your brain off, kind of entertainment.
Yeah, it's turn your brain off entertainment, and that's what
and not
people
just turn your brain
originally
off,
like television for. You know, if you want something artistic, you go to the movies, or you read a book. If you want to relax,
I just argued that it is still art.
All over the shop.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It does matter. We're on the same side.
It doesn't matter. My point is more relevant. No, it's if you want to relax at home after work, after school, something like that. It's just so much easier not to have to have known, the past couple of seasons of a show or something like that. I think it's more accessible to a wider audience.
All right.
And less time investment.
Beautiful. All right, what do we really think?
I think they're right.
I think both mediums have their. It's just a different form of.
It would be terrifying if either one disappeared. I think it would be incredibly important to have both of them. Yeah.
I think they both
We
have
can do
their.
without shitty little internet shows.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Got to get rid of those.
I mostly agree with us, but I think there are some self-contained shows that are exceptions to the rules. Seinfeld, for a start.
Yeah,
is
Seinfeld.
genius.
There we go.
Yeah.
On the high note of Seinfeld, doesn't get much of a high note in television land.
Yeah, I think we all
I
managed to
think-
agree on a show we all like.
Yes. Woo Seinfeld.
I'm not a Seinfeld fan.
Oh, go away.
Shut up.
But you like putty.
Minus.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
points.
I'm not a big fan.
All right. End of the show. Going to declare a winner. And
I have an inkling who is going to be.
by a solitary single point, Team Bazura wins.
Bazura.
What was that
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
Bazura Viscera.
Actually, no. I'm going to point out. How are you scoring this? I thought they won by like 20.
And did you literally take into account?
in your own
Sectionary line. That was it. That was the one that got us there.
Not persuasive at all. What do you
Good thing you pulled that out of the back pocket.
All right. Well, congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Golf clap. Thank you.
claps all around.
Yeah, golf clap.
Grudging clap.
And thank you to our distinguished opponents.
Yes.
All right. Have we had fun? Have we learned things?
If I had
I've learned
I'd
that-
tip it to you.
Kyle would make an excellent producer, and that
Or lawyer?
Hey, I'm the producer here.
Not anymore.
maybe if you had him, you'd be making money.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining me once again in the lobby. My name is Jamwa, and thank you for watching us. Bye now.
See you, Internet.